Somewhere out there is a place that fits you perfectly. Cleaner air, kinder people, brighter mornings, and a cost of living that doesn't keep you up at night. And in 2026, millions of Americans are quietly chasing that feeling. They're leaving the noise, the stress, the overpriced cities, and heading toward places that offer space, safety, opportunity, and a little more peace. Here is the top 15 cities everyone is moving to, the ones where life simply feels better, calmer, and a bit more magical. Number 15. Cedar Park, Texas. Cedar Park is the kind of place people visit just to check it out and end up Googling apartments before they've even finished lunch. Sitting about 20 meters north of Austin, this city has quietly become one of the fastest-growing communities in Texas. Its population has jumped from 48,000 in 2010 to 48,000 in 2010, over 83,000 today. And that growth isn't slowing down. What makes Cedar Park so popular? First, the job market. You're right next to one of the biggest tech corridors in the South, and employers like Apple, Dell, IBM, Samsung, and Tesla are all within commuting distance. Even if you never drive into Austin, Cedar Park itself has a strong mix of healthcare, education, and retail jobs. The city's unemployment rate typically sits around 3%, well below the national average. Housing here is still more attainable than Austin. The median home price is around $475,000, which isn't cheap, but it's a bargain compared to Austin's $560,000. Plus, rent for a two-bedroom apartment averages about $1,650, giving young families and remote workers more flexibility. Families especially love Cedar Park for its schools. The Leander Independent School District consistently ranks among the best in Texas, with multiple campuses scoring above A ratings. Safety is another big draw. Crime rates sit about 30% lower than the national average, making it one of the safer suburbs in the Austin metro. Weekends here are easy. Concerts at the HEB Center, paddleboarding on Lake Travis, barbecue runs, youth sports leagues, and more parks than you'll ever have time to explore. The city maintains over 1,000 acres of parkland, plus miles of trails. Cedar Park feels like the perfect middle ground. Big city opportunity, small-town friendliness, and suburban comfort all rolled into one. It's no wonder so many people are choosing it as home. Number 14. Greenville, South Carolina. Greenville is one of those cities people keep discovering, and every year, thousands of new residents say the same thing. I wish I'd moved here sooner. It's easy to see why. This city blends Southern charm with modern energy in a way that feels effortless. Start with the price tag. The median home price sits around $355,000, which is shockingly reasonable for a city with this much growth. And unlike many booming cities, Greenville still has neighborhoods where first-time buyers aren't competing with investors or developers. Rent averages about $1,450 for a two-bedroom. Manageable for young professionals and families, Greenville's downtown is the real showpiece. It's walkable, clean, and anchored by Falls Park, one of the most beautiful downtown parks in America. You've got restaurants, rooftop bars, theaters, and boutique shops packed into a core that actually feels alive, not abandoned after 5 p.m. like so many mid-sized cities. Jobs, they're solid. BMW, Michelin, and GE all operate in the region along with a fast-growing healthcare sector. Unemployment stays consistently low, usually around 3 to 3.5%. One underrated part of Greenville is its geography. You can be hiking in the mountains in 45 minutes, at Lake Keough in 30, or on the beach in 4 hours. The weather cooperates too. 4 seasons without the harsh extremes. Friendly people, reasonable living costs, and a city that keeps improving. Greenville isn't just trending. It's becoming one of the South's most livable hubs, and the word is definitely getting out. Number 13. Lexington, Kentucky. Lexington is one of those cities that instantly puts you at ease. Maybe it's the rolling bluegee grass hills. Maybe it's the horses. Maybe it's the fact that people here genuinely say hello and mean it. Whatever the reason, Lexington feels welcoming in a way many cities try and fail to replicate. Let's talk affordability first. The median home price is around $310,000, and rent for a two-bedroom averages $1,250. That's well below national averages, especially for a city with a major university, strong healthcare sector, and growing tech presence. Lexington's job market is stronger than people realize. The University of Kentucky employs over 20,000 people, and industries like manufacturing, biotech, pharmaceuticals, and healthcare are major contributors. The city's unemployment rate usually hovers near 3.5%, giving residents steady opportunity. Quality of life is where Lexington shines. Traffic is light compared to most cities its size. Crime is noticeably lower than the national average, and green space is everywhere. More than 100 public parks weave through the city, plus miles of bike paths and scenic countryside drives. Food is another quiet strength. Lexington's restaurant scene punches above its weight, and bourbon culture is practically a lifestyle here. If you want a city that feels calm, affordable, and community-focused with just enough modern energy, Lexington is exactly that. It's charming without being boring and urban without being overwhelming. A really balanced place to live. Number 12. Asheville, North Carolina. Asheville isn't just a city, it's a mood. Nestled right in the Blue Ridge Mountains, it attracts artists, retirees, outdoor lovers, and remote workers who want a place that feels both peaceful and alive. It's one of America's most unique small cities, and its popularity proves it. Even after recovering from severe storm damage a couple years back, Asheville bounced back fast. Tourism alone brings in more than $3 billion annually, and that supports a huge portion of the local economy. Healthcare and education are also strong, giving the city a surprisingly solid job base for its size. Housing isn't as cheap as it used to be. Median home prices hover around $450,000, but people are still moving in because the quality of life is that good. Rentals average about $1,600 for a two-bedroom, much lower than many scenic mountain towns in the West. Asheville's personality is what sets it apart. Breweries, over 40 of them, live music, galleries, quirky shops, and year-round festivals give the city a creative energy you can feel everywhere. And when you need quiet time, the Blue Ridge Parkway, Pisgah National Forest, and endless hiking trails are minutes away. The vibe here is relaxed, slightly weird, very friendly, and consistently welcoming. Asheville may not be for everyone, but for the people who get it, there's nowhere else they'd rather be. Number 11. Bentonville, Arkansas. Bentonville isn't the Bentonville of 20 years ago. It's gone from small Arkansas town to one of the most unexpectedly modern, polished, and innovative cities in the entire South. This place is booming, and not quietly. The growth here is fueled by one giant engine, Walmart's global headquarters, which employs more than 14,000 people in the area. But the real twist, Bentonville is no longer just a company town. The Walmart money has sparked a tech ecosystem, a startup scene, and a quality of life that surprises almost everyone who visits. Housing is still reasonable. The median home price sits around $390,000, and rent for a two-bedroom averages $1,400, way cheaper than cities offering similar job stability and amenities. Unemployment typically hovers near 2.6%, one of the lowest rates in the country, to non-stop corporate expansion and a growing healthcare sector. The lifestyle, that's where Bentonville really shines. The city has over 130 miles of bike trails, world-class mountain biking, boutique shopping, a beautifully designed downtown, and the Crystal Bridges Museum, a Smithsonian-level art institution funded by the Walton family. It's completely free to visit, too. Families love the highly rated schools, clean neighborhoods, and super safe environment. Crime rates are about 50% below national averages, making it one of the safest, fast-growing cities in America. Bentonville feels like a city being built for the future. Walkable, creative, youthful, and surprisingly sophisticated. If you're looking for high opportunity without big city stress, this one deserves a serious look. Number 10. Round Rock, Texas. Round Rock is the kind of place people move to when they're done with chaos, but still want opportunity. Located just 20 minutes north of Austin, it gives you all the benefits of a booming tech metro without the traffic meltdowns or the $700,000 starter home problem Austin struggles with. The job market here is rock solid. Round Rock is home to Dell Technologies, one of the biggest employers in the region with roughly 13,000 workers. Add in an expanding mix of tech, healthcare, education, and logistics jobs, and the unemployment rate usually stays below 3.2%. Housing is one of its strongest selling points. The median home price is roughly $430,000, significantly cheaper than Austin's sky-high numbers. Rent for a two-bedroom sits around $1,550, giving families and professionals some breathing room. Schools matter here, and Round Rock ISD consistently ranks among the best in Texas. Multiple campuses carry A ratings, and the district serves more than 50,000 students, offering everything from STEM programs to strong athletics. When you're off work, Round Rock keeps things simple and family-friendly. Parks, splash pads, the Round Rock Express minor league team, craft breweries, and plenty of shopping. It's one of those places where weekends feel slower in the best way. Round Rock is clean, organized, stable, and very livable. It may not be flashy, but it checks all the boxes people care about most: jobs, schools, safety, affordability, and quality of life. Number 9, Franklin, Tennessee. Franklin is the perfect blend of small-town charm and big-city convenience. Just 20 minutes south of Nashville, this historic town has evolved into one of the most desirable and most beautiful places to live in the entire Southeast. Let's talk with the economy. Franklin is stacked with opportunity to its booming healthcare, tech, and corporate sectors. Companies like Nissan North America, Mitsubishi Motors, Mars Pet Care, Community Health Systems, and dozens of headquarters in nearby Cool Springs employs. The unemployment rate sits comfortably around 3%. Franklin isn't cheap, though. The median home price is around $720,000, and rents hover near $2,000 for a two-bedroom apartment. But here's the thing. People are willing to pay it because the value is absolutely there. The schools are some of the top ranked in Tennessee. Crime rates are low, and the neighborhoods are immaculate. The city center is straight out of a postcard: brick sidewalks, boutique shops, outdoor cafes, and restored historic buildings. Festivals, live music, farmers markets, and seasonal events keep the downtown buzzing year-round. For families, Franklin is nearly unbeatable. Incredible schools, safe streets, clean parks, and a community-oriented culture make it one of the most consistently top-rated cities in the state. Whether you're raising kids, working in Nashville, or just want a town that feels warm, polished, and well put together, Franklin delivers in every category. It's charming, friendly, and full of opportunity. No wonder people can't stop moving here. Number 8, Cary, North Carolina. Cary is the definition of a safe bet city. Everything here just works. The schools are excellent, the streets are clean, the neighborhoods are peaceful, and the job market is one of the strongest in the Southeast. No chaos, no drama, just a really well-run, well-planned community. Located between Raleigh and Research Triangle Park, Cary gives residents access to one of the most powerful job markets on the East Coast. RTP alone hosts over 300 companies, including Apple, Cisco, IBM, Glaco, SmithKline, and dozens of biotech and pharmaceutical firms. Unemployment typically stays under 3%, far below the national average. The median home price sits around $565,000, which is steep, but people pay it because Cary delivers consistent safety and stability. Crime rates are nearly 50% lower than the U.S. average, and the public school system is ranked among the best in North Carolina. A two-bedroom rental averages around $1,750, making it manageable for young professionals and families. Cary also shines in day-to-day livability, huge parks, well-maintained greenways, lakes for boating and kayaking, and a surprising number of restaurants and craft breweries. And because it sits just 15 to 20 minutes from both downtown Raleigh and the airport, convenience is built into daily life. If you want a polished, low-stress, high-opportunity environment, Cary nails it. It's the kind of place where people move just for a few years and somehow end up staying a decade. Number 7. Colorado Springs. Colorado. Colorado Springs is the place you move to when you want mountain views without paying Denver prices or dealing with Denver traffic. This city gives you the Colorado lifestyle people dream about, but in a way that's actually affordable and practical. First, the scenery is ridiculous. You've got Pikes Peak, Garden of the Gods, Cheyenne Mountain, and hundreds of hiking trails right outside town. Outdoor lovers treat this place like a playground, and with over 300 days of sunshine a year, you can actually enjoy it. Economically, Colorado Springs is solid. Military installations like Fort Carson, Peterson Space Force Base, and Schriever Space Force Base provide tens of thousands of jobs and keep the unemployment rate low, usually around 3%. On top of that, the tech and cybersecurity industries have exploded over the past decade, pushing the city into one of the fastest-growing job markets in the state. Housing remains more reasonable than Denver. The median home price sits near $470,000, and rent for a two-bedroom averages around $1,750. Not cheap, but far better than what you'd pay 60 miles north. Crime is lower than many large cities. The family-friendly suburbs are clean and quiet, and the city is surrounded by natural beauty. Colorado Springs offers a work-life balance that actually means something. A full-time job and a Saturday spent on a mountaintop. Number 6. Georgetown, Texas. Georgetown feels like a Texas postcard brought to life. A charming historic square, tree-lined streets, and neighborhoods where people genuinely wave when you drive by. It's one of the fastest-growing cities in the Austin metro, but it still holds on to its friendly small-town personality. Located about 30 meters north of Austin, Georgetown benefits from the region's booming job market. Tech, healthcare, manufacturing, and education drive most of the growth, and local unemployment usually sits around 3%. Many residents work in Austin's tech corridor, but plenty of jobs are available right in town. The median home price is around $450,000, still significantly cheaper than Austin's skyrocketing housing market. Rent for a two-bedroom averages about $1,550, making it more accessible than many nearby suburbs. Georgetown's historic downtown is a major selling point. It's one of the most beautiful town squares in Texas, full of cafes, bakeries, antique stores, and weekend events. The city also sits near Lake Georgetown, offering swimming trails and camping. Families love Georgetown for its schools, safe neighborhoods, and slower pace of life. Even with rapid growth, the city manages to feel peaceful and welcoming. It's the kind of place where your barista remembers your order and your neighbors know your dog by name. If you want Austin access without Austin stress, Georgetown delivers the perfect blend of convenience and comfort. Number 5. Raleigh, North Carolina. Raleigh is one of those cities that quietly checks every box: jobs, affordability, safety, education, and overall quality of life without ever trying too hard. It's polished, growing, and consistently ranked among the best places to live in America. At the heart of Raleigh's success is the Research Triangle, one of the largest tech and biotech clusters in the country. More than 300,000 people work in technology, research, healthcare, and education across Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. Companies like Apple, IBM, Epic Games, and dozens of fast-growing startups call the region home. The unemployment rate usually floats near 3%, far lower than the national average. Housing in Raleigh is still reasonable for a booming city. Median home values sit around $470,000, and the typical two-bedroom rental goes for roughly $1,650. It's not cheap, but compared to cities with similar job growth, Austin, Denver, or Seattle, it's a bargain. Where Raleigh really shines is livability. The city has over 180 meters of greenways, countless parks, and neighborhoods that feel walkable and family-friendly. Schools consistently score well. Healthcare care is excellent, and the city blends southern hospitality with modern urban energy. Raleigh's charm comes from balance. It's energetic but not chaotic. It's suburban friendly, but still urban enough for nightlife and culture. It's safe, clean, and full of opportunity. No wonder people keep moving in. Number 4, Tampa, Florida. Tampa feels like the Florida everyone wants. Sunny, affordable for now, energetic, and not overly chaotic like Miami. Over the last decade, the Tampa metro has gained more than 450,000 new residents, making it one of the fastest-growing regions in the Southeast. The economy is thriving. Finance, healthcare, logistics, aerospace, cruise, tourism, and tech jobs all contribute to a workforce of more than 1.5 million people. Major employers include Raymond James, Amgen, Publix, J.P. Morgan, and a rapidly expanding startup scene in nearby St. Petersburg. Unemployment usually stays around 3%. Housing is still competitive, but more realistic than South Florida. The median home price in Tampa is about $420,000, and rent averages around $1,900 for a two-bedroom. Many people move here specifically for value. Cheaper homes, no state income tax, and lower overall costs compared to most coastal metros. Lifestyle is where Tampa shines. Beaches like Clearwater and St. Pete are World CL class, and the area offers boating, fishing, festivals, waterfront parks, and an NFL team that keeps residents entertained. The weather is warm year-round, and even with summer humidity, most people adjust quickly. Tampa hits the sweet spot. City energy, beach access, and affordability that's becoming rarer every year. Number 3, Gilbert, Arizona. Gilbert is easily one of the cleanest, safest, and most family-oriented cities in the United States. Located in the Phoenix metro, it has transformed from farmland into one of America's most desirable suburbs without losing its friendly, community-driven personality. Safety is a major draw. Gilbert consistently ranks as one of the top 10 safest cities in the country, with crime rates more than 60% lower than national averages. That peace of mind is a big reason so many families move here. The median home price sits around $560,000 and rents average about $2,000 for a two-bedroom apartment. Not cheap, but people aren't just paying for a home, they're paying for stability. Schools in Gilbert and the surrounding districts score extremely high with multiple campuses rated A or A+. Jobs are strong too. Phoenix's tech, aerospace, healthcare, and semiconductor industries are booming with companies like Intel, Honeywell, Boeing, and Banner Health employing thousands. The unemployment rate often sits near 3%, making it one of the healthier job markets in the Southwest. Gilbert also offers great day-to-day living, huge parks, splash pads, bike paths, pickleball courts, and family-friendly events nearly every weekend. The downtown Heritage District is packed with restaurants and small businesses, giving the city a lively but approachable feel. Gilbert is clean, organized, and incredibly community-minded. If your goal is safety, comfort, great schools, and strong long-term value, this is one of the best places in America to land. Number 2, Boise, Idaho. Boise feels like the version of city living everyone secretly wishes for. Clean air, friendly neighbors, mountain views, and a pace of life that doesn't make your heart rate spike. Over the past decade, Boise has become one of the fastest-growing cities in the entire country, adding more than 100,000 new residents to the metro area. And the appeal is obvious. It's safe, scenic, and surprisingly modern for a mid-sized western city. Housing costs have risen, but they're still manageable compared to the West Coast. The median home price hovers around $515,000, far below major California cities that many Boise newcomers are fleeing. Renting a two-bedroom apartment costs about $1,650, which is why remote workers and young families continue to choose Boise over pricier metros. Boise's job market is healthy and diverse. Tech, manufacturing, outdoor recreation, education, and healthcare drive the local economy. Companies like Micron, Albertsons, HP, and St. Luke's Health support thousands of jobs. Unemployment often stays near 2.8%, making Boise one of the strongest job markets in the region. What really wins people over, though, is the lifestyle. The Boise River Greenbelt runs 25 miles through town, giving residents easy access to biking, jogging, floating, and fishing. Foothill trails sit minutes away, and Bogus Basin Ski Resort is just a 45-minute drive. Clean, friendly, outdoorsy, and still affordable enough to feel realistic. Boise is the kind of city where you can work hard during the week and actually enjoy your weekends. Number 1. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Fort Wayne is one of those places people don't expect to top a list until they look at the numbers. Then everything suddenly makes sense. This is one of America's most practical, affordable, and quietly stable cities, and more people are discovering it every year. First, the housing market is almost unbelievable compared to national standards. The median home price sits around $250,000, less than half of what you'd pay in most growing metros. Renting is equally appealing. A two-bedroom apartment averages roughly $1,000, making Fort Wayne one of the most financially accessible cities in the Midwest. The job market is strong and steady. Healthcare, manufacturing, logistics, and education form the backbone of the local economy. Parkview Health and Lutheran Health employs, while companies like GM, Sweetwater, and Steel Dynamics keep unemployment hovering near 3%. It's not a boom and bust city. It's reliable, steady, and consistently improving. Families especially appreciate Fort Wayne's quality of life. Schools are well rated, crime is lower than in many similarly sized cities, and neighborhoods are clean and quiet. The city maintains more than 80 parks, over 100 meters of connected trails, and even a surprisingly impressive zoo. Fort Wayne also has a growing arts and food scene, a revitalized downtown, and a cost of living that lets people actually save money instead of scraping by. This city may not be flashy, but it delivers everything that matters: affordability, safety, community, job stability, and room to breathe. In 2026, that combination is gold, and it's why Fort Wayne earned the top spot.